What's up, guys? This is Alex with GuitarForce.com. Today we're going to take a look at Suicide Machine by Death. Now, I've decided to change a few things around the format of the lesson. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit less and, just playing the riffs, showing you how to play them slowly. And, of course, where it's needed, I'm going to say a few things. But what I want you to do is, after you've watched this video, I want you to post your opinion in the comment section down below. What you think? Do you like this kind of format, or you want me to explain more or less? I don't know, but leave your comment in the section below, all right? Now, as far as the tabs for download, they're going to be available at GuitarForce.com for a really low price. Also, I'm going to post a backing track, which is not the best quality, but you can still jam to it. Also, on my website, and it's going to be for free. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so by going to either Patreon to become a patron, or directly through my website. All of the links are going to be in the description box down below. I appreciate everybody who has supported me so far. As far as the sound, again, nothing changes. VST plugin, guitar rig. I've messed around with a couple of presets, and I will post a picture of the preset that I was using for this lesson. And as far as the tuning, we're going to be in D standard tuning, so it's a whole step down from the standard tuning, all right, on all of the strings. And while you are checking out the picture of the preset, here is my low E, which is D technically, for your tuning reference. Alright, guys, so we're gonna break this lesson into sections. We're gonna take a listen to the first few riffs, then we'll come back close up and start the lesson. Let's check it out. Alright, so the intro riff goes like this. Okay, so here we start off by playing, we're kind of going to be breaking up the power chord, the A flat power chord, or you can look at it as G sharp, same thing. So it starts off with the higher string, so on A string, and then when we go to the low E, it's kind of gallop figure, so we have, and then the second part is played here, starts on the low E, A, and back down. Second part of the riff, so as you can see, again, we're starting with the A flat power chord, but then we move down one fret to the G power chord again, and again we have, this part is exactly the same as in the beginning. So if I put both parts together, back to back goes like this slowly. Alright, now we have here second guitar, which is playing just when this part is played. But we take it an octave higher, so we play it here on the D and the G strings. Exactly the same pattern as the low part, but we play it an octave higher. And it only plays this part, second guitar. After that we go into the next riff, and it goes like this. Okay, so it's kind of similar to the first one, but now instead of breaking up the chord, we're going to be just playing on the low E string. And it's 16th notes played in a triplet way. And then the second part is exactly the same as in the first riff. And the second guitar is playing exactly the same thing as guitar number 1. After that we go into the next riff, which goes like this. Alright, so here everything happens pretty much on the low E string. Starts with the open, then we go 4-3. It's played all in 16 notes. Then again low E open, 2-3, open. And we're going to be alternating this riff with some power chords. The first one is going to be F power chord, and the second is B flat. Now Chuck is playing here on the low E and A strings, but you can play it right here if you want to stay in one position. It's the same chord, just a different position. Alright, so again, one more time, slowly. Of course, palm muted. Now, second guitar, in the beginning, just outlines the chords. So when the riff starts, it just plays the E power chord, right? And then the F and B flat as well. Just the first time. And then when the whole band kicks in with drums and bass, it plays exactly the same thing as guitar number 1, so same thing. Alright, so now let's have a listen to the next few riffs. Alright, so for the next riff we have this figure going on, guitar number 1. Okay, so here we're gonna break it down like this. We have basically like 2 elements. The first one being this one, so on A7-6 on the low 7, and then it's exactly the same thing, but we take it 1 fret up. So we have here, alright, so 8 to 7 on A and 8 on the low E. And basically we alternate between these 2 elements. We play these 2 elements for 3 times. And then 4th time we have, so it's again first element as it is, we play it the 4th time. And then little chromatic run, which is 8, 7, 6. Okay? And then we go back to the beginning of the riff again, so playing between these 2 elements. Now, this is the first guitarist playing this riff for, I think, 3 times. And then in the end we have, so when we play the first element 4th time, and then we have just on the low E string 2 notes added, so from 8 to 7, and we stay on this note for a little bit longer, okay? Okay, so this is actually the part of the second guitar. Now in the beginning, the second guitar is playing some power chords. The first one being just the E power chord. Stays on it for 2 bars and then plays B flat power chord. But also uses the whammy bar to play the dive bomb. So it hits the chord and then presses on to the whammy bar to create this dive bomb. And then he comes in to play the riff. Okay, and then finishes off exactly the same. Now the next melodic part So guitar number 1 is playing on the G string here, on the D. Then we basically take this shape and we move it down 1 fret. And we're going up. So here, the first one, we start off from high going down, and then from down going up. Repeat again. And then the second time. So we go here, changing the positions and going to the D and the A string. So one more time slowly. Now, this is part for guitar number 1. Guitar number 2 is playing exactly the same thing melodically, but it's harmonized in fifths. So this note, right, we stay here. It's harmonized in fifths, but instead of playing here on the B and the G strings, we can take it up here. Alright, so it's exactly the same pattern, but a fifth higher. So, you know, it's better to play it here. It's more convenient like that. So you're playing exactly the same shape. Alright, so now the next couple of riffs are played in an up tempo, really fast. So let's take a listen to that and then we'll come back and break it down. Okay, so riff number 1 slowly goes like this. Alright, so here we have again kind of 2 elements. First one, we're going to be playing on the D and the A strings. The first one is played on the D string 4th fret, and then we go for the 1st fret of A string. And then basically we take the whole thing and shift it up, down 1 fret. So now instead of 4th fret, we're going to be playing 3rd fret on the D string and open A string. Okay? So this is the first part of this riff. And then what we do is we play in a similar fashion, but now we play like a power chord. So again, back to 4th fret on the D string, and then 2nd fret on the A string. So like a B power chord. And then same idea applies here, so we shift it down 1 fret and we play again the same thing. Okay, so all together slowly. So here, these 2 notes on the D strings are not changing. The notes that are changing are on the A string. So first one is 1st open fret, and then second time we play 2nd fret to the 1st one. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so this is the first riff, the fast riff. Then we go to the second fast riff, and it goes like this. Alright, so here again, kind of similar idea, playing between the power chords. Starts off with the A string open, and we play it for 2 beats, 16th notes. And then we kind of break up the chord, the power chord. So from C again, and it starts with the higher string. So we go play the D string, then to the A string, and then we take it 1 step, 1 fret up. So we have this part. Right? Then we fret, the third fret on the A string. Again, playing it for 2 beats, 16th notes. And then we have this. So again, kind of starts off with the higher string, D string. But then we break up the pattern. So instead of playing, we play. So starting from the C power chord, going to C sharp. Then we're back to the beginning of the riff again, same thing. Again to the 3rd fret. But here we kind of go backwards. Alright, so from the 3rd fret, we start with the C power chord, again using the higher string first. And then going down to the C power chord. Alright, so if I play it slowly, the all these 4 little parts of the second riff goes like this. Alright, so now let's have a listen to the next 2 riffs. It goes like this. Alright, so the riff during the chorus goes like this. Okay, so here we kind of stay on the F sharp power chord. We play 16th notes on the low E string, and then for the next beat we add the power chord itself. And then we have going to G power chord. We have 2 16th notes. Okay, going to G power chord. Then go back to the F sharp again. And then we have, so 3rd fret, 5th, 6th, back to the 3rd fret. And then we go back to the beginning of the riff basically. So back to F sharp. The single notes on the low E and adding the chord. So 2 guitars are playing exactly the same thing. Alright, so after that we go into the break and it goes like this. Alright, so here what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing a scale run, and the first one is kind of shorter and the next one is going to be a little bit longer, and also we're going to be alternating them with the F power chord. So it starts off with this scale run, the short one as I call it. Alright, so on the low E we got 2, 4, 5, go into A string, 2nd fret, then go back to low E, 5, 4, and then we go for the F power chord. Now the first time it goes like this. We play the short scale run and we stay on this power chord for 6 beats. Alright, then we have again the short scale run, and now we're going to be staying on F power chord for 2 beats, and then we go for the longer scale run, which is, so the longer one is on the low E, we got 2, 4, 5, same on A, 2, 4, 5. Then we go to D string, 3rd fret, then we go back down, so 5, 4, 2 on A, 5, 4, 2 on low E, then we have again kind of short run, so we go 4, 5 on low E, 2 on A string, then go back 5, 4 on low E into the power chord. Okay, staying again here. And we're going to be alternating these, the power chord with the short scale run and the power chord with a longer scale run. And each time it's staying on power chord either for 2 beats or for 6 beats, all right? So keep that in mind. And basically that's it. Now there is a second guitar which is playing practically the same thing, but there is a couple of times where he harmonizes the longer scale run in fifths. So instead of playing this part, what we do, we take everything up a fifth. So we're going to be starting on the A string from the 4th fret. And basically the pattern is exactly the same. Okay, so like I said, it's exactly the same pattern, just the strings are changing. And also we're going to be playing this longer scale run every other time. Okay, so once he plays the longer down here, so once he plays lower on the lower part, and the second time he plays on the higher part, on the fifth, in the fifth interval, basically harmonizing in fifths. And that's it for the break riff. Now after that we go into the solo, and I'm not going to explain the solo in this lesson, but I will explain to you what the rhythm guitar is doing. So basically we're going to be playing just 3 notes in the first section. So it's a 16th note triplets starting off on the 2nd fret of the A string, and we're going to be playing this one for 2 bars. Then we'll go to the 3rd fret, again playing for 1 bar, and then 4th fret on the low E string for 1 bar. And we play this for 2 times, okay? Then afterwards, after that, the second section of the solo, we basically take everything as we did here, but we move it up a minor third. So now we're going to be playing, starting off from the 5th fret on the A string, going 5, 6, and 7 on the low E string. All right, and we're going to be playing this also for 2 times. And then we go back to basically the beginning of the song, not the very beginning, but starting from the verse, and practically playing exactly the same riffs, the same structure, all the way up to the sort of break riff. And that's basically how the song ends. Alright guys, so that was it for this lesson. Hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. Also comment, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to visit GuitarForce.com for more guitar lessons. And in the meantime, I'll see you again. Take it easy, and as always, let the force be with you.